What's up, everybody? Welcome to another finance video. I hope you're doing well today. My name is Alex and I am excited to share with you, as always, another finance video for today. So today we're going to be looking at how you can buy your next car cash. Instead of financing it, dealing with all that, just walking in with cash, buying your next car that way. So I've actually got a spreadsheet I'm going to share with you here. And then towards the end of the video, I've got some exciting updates that I'll share with you as well. So let's jump right in. So here we are. This is my spreadsheet that I worked on for this. We're going to plug in some real numbers here and kind of see what we could kind of come up with as far as when you could buy your next car cash. So the whole logic, the whole idea behind this idea, the whole point of this is that you pay off your current car, but then you continue making that car payment, but making it to yourself, either into a savings account, an investment account, something like that, to where that money is then being set aside, hopefully earning interest, so that when you are ready for your next car, you're all set to go. So this can be more or less difficult depending on how far upside down you are in your current car, but in either case, it's kind of a plan of attack on how to get to the point where you can do your next car in cash. Because what we tend to do is we tend to pay off the bill, and then we tend to use that money to go buy something else. But what you need to do is take that money and set it aside for savings. So if you're in the case if you're still paying off a lot of debt, this may not be something that makes sense right away, because you may need that money to pay down credit card debt or other high interest loans where that actually may make better financial sense. But let me show you the calculator here and how it works. So this is real numbers from my current auto loan. So I still owe about $12,500 on my auto loan at a 3.8% interest rate. And I have 35 payments left. I think that you can play around with the spreadsheet a little bit here. So if I had 34 payments left, it estimates the payment based upon these three numbers here. So my monthly payment is about $375 a month. So that's where I'm pretty sure I have 35 payments left based upon this. It's not an exact calculator, but it gets us real close to being able to see kind of how far away we are from being able to pay off the car. So what's really interesting about this is then it's set up to show this is what I currently owe in July. So after my payment in August, or in July, whenever it is. But this will be my balance come August, and then all the way down until the car gets paid off here sometime in October 2023, November 2023. And then over here on the right, I actually have it calculating the amount of interest that is being charged each month too, so I can see how much of a difference that makes. So to give you an example here, if I was not making an extra payment, so currently I'm making a $100 extra payment on my car to save some interest and to get it paid off quicker, but let's just take that out of the equation here real quick. So we can see that extends my payments now to where I won't be paying it off until June 2024. This is also where I think I've got my formula pretty close, because it actually goes down to $0, so it makes me feel like I did it right. So June 2024 is when it would normally be paid off, but paying an extra $100 a month, moving that up to be paid off in probably November 2023. So knocking off quite a few months of payment there, and then also saving a little bit of interest. But here's the thing. Once that car gets paid off, what I need to do, and what my plan is to continue to make that car payment, that when I'm totaling up of $476 a month, continue to make that, but into probably an investment account, because I want to buy my next car cash. So up here at the top is the amount for my next car. So I have $25,000 put in there. You can change this to whatever number you want, and then the spreadsheet will calculate what's the date at which you'll be cash ready to go and buy that car. So I have two dates that are plugged in here. One is when the current loan will be paid off. So what's kind of neat about that is you can see how much changing, if I were to pay $200 extra a month, how much that would adjust that current loan payoff date. So that's one thing you can see when that'll get paid off, and you can use it to adjust when you're ready to buy the next car. So July 2027 is when I would have that $25,000 saved up by making this payment to myself. assuming I'm putting it into an investment account that's going to earn 7% per year. So if you put this into a savings account that was like 1% per year, it's going to take a little bit longer, and we can estimate that. I can say 1%. Okay, it's going to add, what is that, about 5 months onto the time to save to be ready for that. Whoops. Put this up in the wrong field there. So I can look at that and go, okay, July 2027, is that enough time? Or do I want to get there sooner? And that's where you can play around with the extra payment to say, well, let's try to do $150 a month. Perfect, now I'm getting it December 2026. So you can really kind of just mess around with the numbers. And this is stuff I love doing. And I think this is kind of what gets me excited about finances, when you can look at and get yourself motivated for things like this. Because obviously, like, we kind of live in just like, oh, I just want to pay the bill, and maybe the motivation is get the car paid off. But this is, to me, helpful in kind of seeing it one more step. So instead of just seeing getting the car paid off, having a goal, a little bit more long-term goal of, okay, let's get it paid off, and let's set aside and save up enough money for the next one. And also realizing too that you're going to have a trade-in probably, so you may be able to trade in your car and get a little bit off what you need there. This was actually something I know my grandparents used to do, where they would trade in their cars every few years, but they'd be making the car payments to themselves, and so when they went to the dealer, they'd have a trade-in, and then they'd have enough money to basically purchase the car, and then just making that payment to yourself. So that was kind of, I remember hearing that from them, or implying it from them, and so that's something that kind of led me to want to do this. So I worked on this spreadsheet so that you can kind of have a look at that, plug in the numbers, and then it just maps it out here for you. So you can see as your car gets paid off, if you continue making that payment, now you're building this amount up in savings, and you can see where you're going to be at different points in time. And then the interest column on here you can see is no longer a negative number. So here is interest being charged to you, and now here is interest that you're earning. So what's fascinating about this is as you get further down, you've got your payments down here, your interest down here that's being earned on that. It's actually pretty substantial each month. It's almost a car payment once you get down here far enough, if you were to push this out. So like I said, I only need $25,000, but if you gave it just a little bit longer, how much more you'd save in that with that investment account. So that's how you can buy your next car cash. You just continue making that monthly payment, but making it to yourself, setting up a separate savings account, or putting it into a separate investment account, or keeping a spreadsheet to keep track of it. You just want to make sure you're paying it like you would a bill. I think that's the best mindset to get in, and the easiest way to save is view your savings as you're paying a bill. That money is not available. You are paying your future car bill, and you cannot take that money out, just like you can't take money out from a car bill you're paying. Now the advantage is if an absolute emergency comes up, well, you've got some savings built up. But the mindset to get yourself in is, I'm paying a bill, and just like I can't go take money back for a bill I paid, well, view it the same way when you're paying money into a savings account. If it's paying a bill, I'm paying my savings account, I can't just go taking money back out of that. So there you go. Hope that's helpful. Hope that kind of gives you a little insight, maybe a little motivation on how we could do that. I'm excited to hopefully in 5 or 6 years be able to do this with my next car, and maybe you will too. So here's the announcement that I have, and you actually may have just seen this at the bottom of the spreadsheet, but I am setting up a Patreon account. So this is, Patreon is where you can support this channel as well as my other channels, and with a few dollars a month, you can gain access to my exclusive posts in Patreon, which will also include the spreadsheets that I use on these videos. So any of the spreadsheets that I use, I'll be posting them in there during when I post the video or shortly after, and that way you have access to use these same calculators that I do. And as I make updates to them, I'll probably make an updated video and I'll post in the Patreon those updates in there as well. So a cool way that you can support me, and a way that I can get you more information, get you these spreadsheets that I use here. So there's a couple different levels of the Patreon. The basic one is just so you can get access to all the stuff, and there's one that gets it to you early, so you can actually see the stuff before it's posted. and get it first right away. And the last tier is actually a way that you will be able to help choose what content I go over next, vote on that, things like that. So again, you don't have to join that, don't have to be a part of that. It's just something new that I was able to get set up, that if you'd like to help me out, I would appreciate it. So that is there. And then we've got a lot more videos coming up, and I will see you in one of those future videos. Also in the description below, you will see different links and affiliate links I have. That helps me out as well. But if you can't do any of that, you don't want to use any of the affiliate links, you can't pay me any money, understand completely, it is a finance channel. My goal is to help you with your finances, not to have you pay yet another subscription bill. So completely understand that. But what would help me out, because it's absolutely free to do, hit that thumbs up button below the video. That really helps me out. And subscribe to this channel if you have not subscribed already. And I will see you all in the next video. Appreciate it, guys. Take care.